First, the headlines. There is no meaning of electing representatives in Manipur, which is part of democratic India. CLP leader Okrami Bobi. Security personnel never carries out search and combing operations against Kuki militants despite their open attacks against innocent Meitei villagers. Ex-MLA Ningthaujan Biri. Continuous and rampant attacks by Kuki militants against Meitei villagers is sponsored by Government of India, AMUCO says. Political activist Sapam Chaklangwei Pal demands making use of anti-drone capable mechanisms and equipments in red zone areas. Good evening, you're watching the 6 p.m. primetime ELITETV English News. I'm your host Dipwarani, here to give you the exact news in detail. CLP leader and former Chief Minister of Manipur Okrami Bobi has questioned on what is the present condition of the state of Manipur. He further questioned as to whether there is any meaning of electing representatives in a democratic state of Manipur, which is a part of India. The questions were raised today during a press meet held at the Manipur Pradesh Congress after submitting memorandum to the Governor of Manipur by representatives of India bloc following yesterday's Kautruk incident. During the press meet, which was attended by several representatives of India bloc, CLP leader Okrami Bobi further expressed that the Kuki militants are targeting innocent civilians using sophisticated drones and are bombing public residential areas. In such a condition, when science and technology has advanced a lot, the question raises as to whether the official residences of chief minister and governors are safe or not. However, despite all such visible and clear incidences, the government of India is still sitting as silent spectators. He further raised the question as to whether the government of India wants us to kill amongst ourselves and to rule only who survived in the brutal war.
Manipur si part India ni part amane ne lobi batar gadi nation sigi security da masi threat tauba natra haibise masine ba si yoro hauda adum Bharat Sarkar ki moigi agenda aronba hidden agenda or maybe secret agenda layerga kari kana naba Manipur praja sing shiri ka sunati da sining ma si sunor haina khanna yengi bra hai bisi khoi Manipur da leiba praja sing da natana India da or Prithvi da North East da leiba praja sing da sigi stage or kanda akoi kari to wo yai hai bisi akoi question tawjeri bini ko mase ana I wafam krasi mayam da thamjabani stage si yoshale haidra aduna khoi kari tawba yai hai bisi khoi chung sai dagi ngarang dagi khoi khana jabani.
Meanwhile, speaking during the press meet, India bloc member CPI Manipur's former Secretary General L. Sotin Kumar asked as to how long the state government and the central government are going to watch the brutal attacks of the Kuki militants against the Meiteis in the state of Manipur. He further asked as to why the Chief Minister Biren Singh had handed over the charge of unified command to the central government, and also expressed that with this, the Chief Minister Biren Singh has been reduced to the status of a tiger who is without teeth. He further stressed that India bloc will stand against any forces that try to disintegrate the state of Manipur.
Narangi hek thogdok tu matung tarak pada ngasai ayuk tagi akoi kari tok sige haidani yam kupna khadari nainari adu loirana akoi dia block su handak miam praja singi Manipur ki apunba akoi territorial integrity Simang bayabagi kudong tininga oiba abasta kaya adu oirebeta ja masingarang tari madudi ekoi tongan ba territory ama pigr siraga center na khana bayo fam lakre ba watari sare podate ꯂꯥꯟ ꯁꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯤꯟꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯍꯨꯠꯇ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯁꯤ ꯃꯆꯦꯠ ꯇꯥꯅ ꯈꯥꯏꯗꯣꯛꯄꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯐꯔꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯒꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯒ ꯂꯥꯟ ꯈꯥꯝꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯑꯣꯏꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯟꯕꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ ꯑꯄꯨꯟꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯛꯇꯝ ꯊꯨꯒꯥꯏꯅꯕ ꯂꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯈꯣꯡꯊꯥꯡ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥ ꯕ꯭ꯂꯣꯛꯅ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ ꯇꯦꯔꯤꯇꯣꯔꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯏꯟꯇꯤꯒ꯭ꯔꯤꯇꯤꯗ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ ꯑꯄꯨꯟꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯛꯇꯝꯗ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯈꯜꯒꯤ ꯑꯄꯨꯟꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯛꯇꯝꯗ ꯀꯥꯏꯅꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯔꯛꯄ ꯀꯥꯏꯍꯜꯂꯛꯄ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯌꯣꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯔꯦꯞꯄ ꯂꯩꯇꯅ ꯑꯍꯟꯕ ꯂꯩꯇꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯒꯅꯤ.
Sekma Assembly constituency's former MLA Ningthojam Biren has expressed sadness over the merciless killing of an innocent woman at Kotruk yesterday by armed Kuki militants, which followed the recent comment of Chief Minister N. Biren Singh that peace and normalcy will be restored in the state of Manipur within 6 months. The statement was made today during a press meet held at the Lampil official residence of the former MLA. Addressing the media persons, ex-MLA Ningthojam Biren further stated that despite attacks by Kuki militants, the state and central security forces never carry out any search or combing operations. However, the state and central security forces are actively engaged in carrying out search and combing operations in the valley areas and are also arresting Meitei village volunteers who are guarding the villages against the Kuki militants' attack. He asked as to why the state and central government is making differential treatment in implementation of law. He also asked as to why the commandos and central security forces remain as silent spectators during the protest rallies in hills while they try to stop every protest in the valley areas.
Akoi ima baba akoi sibu akoi na lejeramba akoi sai khungang da Churamburgi mafam du da akoi sai khungang da sai leramba yumda leiba phangloidra akoi bu kyam kuina hawai chewai si charaga yam kuina akoi bu leihi gi do no na bit pita ga kaphog do mayam thenari modu taru ga thenaru ga amuga hena khoiram khoi sawi masi kari da mukton makhoina kyam kuina ga keni aduga iroina na hojik Bharat Sarkar dagi lakhiba scheme sing in terms of crores 200 crores me ada hojik Manipur Bharat Sarkar na paisa senang pirakhren hai moigi relief camp gi sanabagi damakta sari be paisa thadar ki paisa du hojik Manipur Sarkar na gai da mafum da sagrebe relief camp ki sagrebe mafum sing du kurkul gi amadi sengwai gi nakna jaga da amakha sagiba thengnare hari bulam du yumdu yamna pikpuna marmo erga yumdu picture yumram warga na magi family ni yum mitare lebido mitare am lebi yanabagi kani haktu kam kuin lendu.
AMUCO President Nando Luang has expressed that the continuous attacks of Kuki militants against Meitei villagers is sponsored by the government of India. The statement was made today during a press meet held at the AMUCO office at Phuket Hill. Addressing media persons, AMUCO President Nando Luang further stated that despite knowing the fact that heavily armed illegal Kuki Zo militants are targeting and attacking innocent Meitei villagers, the state government and the government of India are doing nothing to save the innocent people. Further, the attacks are rampant in areas which are heavily guarded by central security forces. It is a clear proof that the present war-like situation resulting from the attacks by Kuki militants against Meiteis is nothing but totally sponsored by the government of India with the aim to annihilate and wipe out the indigenous Meiteis from the soil of Manipur. He added that the central government is not controlling the war-like situation in Manipur as the central government is very keen on wiping out the indigenous Meiteis and the revolutionaries from the soil of Manipur. He continued that the state government has already terminated the Sioux agreement with the Kuki militants in the month of February 2024, but still the government is not arresting the Kuki militants. He added that the security personnel are only carrying out search and combing operations in the valley areas, arresting Meitei village volunteers, but the security personnel are taking no actions in the hill areas against the Kuki militants. He added that the security advisor Kuldeep Singh is also not able to do anything to control the situation in Manipur, and stressed that if he is unable to carry out his duties, he does not have the moral right to hold his post. Nando Luang further stressed that the state security personnel must also realize that they are paid salaries, but the village volunteers are working without any remuneration for safeguarding the Manipur, and the state security personnel must also realize their duty towards their state, Manipur.
Makoi Rombe and Adi Kaino Haikanda, Manipur Yellow Miamze, Muthatpa, Amadi Manipur Laloba, Manipur Zabati Tokayatana, Lan Hojari Bamayamze, Masinam the Bapamana. ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯤꯕꯗꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯊꯣꯛꯏꯕ ꯏꯔꯥꯡꯁꯤꯒ ꯒꯣꯔꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯍꯤꯗꯟ ꯑꯦꯖꯦꯟꯗꯥ ꯑꯅꯤꯗꯨ ꯌꯥꯟꯁꯤꯟꯅꯕꯤꯒꯅꯣ ꯒꯣꯔꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯅ ꯊꯃꯣꯏ ꯁꯦꯡꯅ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯒꯤ ꯊꯋꯥꯏ ꯂꯟ ꯊꯨꯝ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯀꯟꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯤꯁꯤ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯒꯣꯔꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯀꯨꯀꯤ ꯖꯣꯟ ꯃꯤꯂꯤꯇꯦꯜ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯁꯤꯟꯕ ꯉꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯕꯅꯣ ꯇꯝꯄꯥꯛꯇꯅ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯝꯕꯤꯡ ꯑꯣꯄꯔꯦꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯔꯤ ꯈꯨꯠꯂꯥꯏ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯐꯥꯔꯤ ꯃꯤ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯐꯥꯔꯤꯌꯦꯕ ꯆꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯂꯝꯗꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯊꯧꯗꯣꯛꯇꯣ ꯊꯣꯛꯇꯦꯕ ꯃꯃꯤꯡꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯀꯣꯝꯕꯤꯡ ꯑꯣꯄꯔꯦꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯏ ꯆꯠꯅꯗ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯀꯨꯀꯤ ꯖꯣꯟ ꯃꯤꯂꯤꯇꯦꯜꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯨꯟꯇꯣꯛꯑꯝꯕ ꯌꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯄꯥꯏꯞꯀꯨꯝꯕ ꯈꯨꯠꯁꯨ ꯈꯨꯠꯂꯥꯏ ꯑꯃꯜ ꯑꯀꯥꯏ ꯈꯔ ꯐꯥꯔꯒ ꯈꯕꯔꯨꯜꯂꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯇꯝꯄꯥꯛꯇ ꯐꯥꯔꯤꯕꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯅ꯭ꯌꯨꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯂꯥꯏꯁ ꯇꯧꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯩꯌꯦꯕ ꯆꯤꯡꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯆꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯀꯨꯀꯤ ꯖꯣꯟ ꯃꯤꯂꯤꯇꯦꯜꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯦ ꯏꯔꯥꯡ ꯍꯧꯔꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯐꯦꯕ꯭ꯔꯨꯋꯥꯔꯤ ꯇꯥꯡ 19ꯒꯤ ꯃꯃꯥꯡ ꯆꯠꯂꯤꯕ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯐꯦꯕ꯭ꯔꯨꯋꯥꯔꯤ 19 ꯃꯃꯥꯡꯐꯥꯎꯗꯤ ꯃꯈꯣꯏ ꯒꯣꯔꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯒ ꯁꯨꯒꯤ ꯌꯥꯅꯕ ꯋꯥꯔꯣꯜ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯨꯒꯤ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯎꯟ ꯔꯨꯝ ꯈꯔ ꯂꯩꯕꯗꯨꯅ ꯈꯨꯠꯂꯥꯏ ꯐꯥꯒꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯒꯁꯨ 2024ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯐꯦꯕ꯭रुꯋꯥꯔꯤ ꯇꯥꯡ 19ꯗ ꯁꯨꯁꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯁꯨ ꯂꯣꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝꯕ ꯈꯨꯠꯂꯥꯏ ꯄꯥꯏꯕ ꯀꯥꯡꯕꯨꯅ ꯇꯝꯄꯥꯛꯇ ꯐꯥꯔꯤ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯤ ꯐꯥꯗꯕꯅꯣ
Political activist Sapam Kangleipal has expressed that in view of the recent attacks by Kuki militants targeting Meitei villages yesterday in Kautruk, Yangangpokpi, Santi Khongbal and Thamnapokpi areas using drones carrying bombs, it has become very much necessary for the state and central government to deploy anti-drone capability mechanisms in the state. He added that the acts of Kuki militants have crossed all limits and their actions are those of open war crimes against innocent people which are condemnable in international standards. He added that only commenting that the state government condemns such attacks by Kuki militants cannot appease the general innocent people. The statements were made today during a press meet held at the residence of political activist Sapamja Kangleipal. Addressing the media persons, Sapamja Kangleipal further stated that the state government must take immediate steps to deploy forces and equipments capable of anti-drone capability and also stressed that security personnel and village volunteers stationed in the fringe areas bordering Kuki militants occupied villages near Sanasabi, Thamnapokpi, Yangangpokpi, Santi Khongbal, Sabunkok and Sabunkok Kuno must be taught on the use and handling of anti-drone capability mechanisms. He added that the people of Manipur are facing such untold hardships due to the non-performance of their bounden duties by the concerned MLAs and ministers of the respective assembly constituencies.
Anti-major mayam ama loba adugi tangai fadawdu lai haitare condemn to we have na masi miyam na pinthokpa su ngamaroi maramdi hojik leiriba perform sidai dadi kanagumba mata safe oiraktre haitare aduna Manipur gi laingang na athuba matam da akoi gi anti drone capabilities ha akoi gi chingok chingya mayam sidai da deploy to wam chang eva maduna ta taragadi red zone da leiba myam jing se akoi hingba ngamaroi leiba ngamaroi masina asuki matik akoi gi leiba yellow mi gi fruit ki magi demography sidai da chau na akoi gi apan ba moi ani maramuduna lamlai kendra gi manung da leiriba Sanasabi, Yangangpokpi, Thamnapokpi, Santi Khongbal, Sabunkok, Somkok kunongna chingbasigi area sidai da anti-drone capabilities deploy to virakanda miyam gi pursi kan biu haibasi ai Manipur laingak ta thamjaningba wafam amani.
After yesterday's drone attack at Kautruk by Kuki militants killing a young married woman and injuring many people including security forces, fresh attack has also been reported today at Yangangpokpi and Sinam village today. According to reports called from the spot, the Kuki militants attacked at Sabunkok Kuno, Santi Khongbal and Thamnapokpi. The Kuki militants came down to foothills of the adjoining Meitei villages and fired indiscriminately upon the Meitei villages around 12:05 a.m. A villager named N. Ingocha has been reportedly injured in the attack. He was rushed to the nearby hospital. State forces and BSF personnel deployed near the villages retaliated against the Kuki militants. The gunfire reportedly continued till 1:30 a.m.
When Hedzelakasida, BSF Powyana, a quick Narangi Todoxida, BSF Powyana could handbagi Kanose, Nang, BSF, Pazana put Handi, a quick Dabokamating, Pazanapandi, Hazel Tare, Aduga, Centena Army, a quick army sing Shinadi, young planet thingy, no, it could थागनो नोंमै कापनो नोयना नोंमै पकाप तकाप से गाड़ी गिनो आयना कल अदास ले गाड़ी थौरगा लेरगा अदगी यांगपी बाजार दासु अखोइना सेंट्रल आर्मी सिंगना नोयना नोंमै कापी गाड़ी गिनो आयना मदुदा इरांग मसा मसु नुंदां सा दुनारे अदुमाइना सेंट्रल आर्मी सिंगनादी सेंगना नोंमै कापदो अखोइना कापजी फजना थिंगे अदुगा मोरमदे कापकपदना अखोइ मोइना थिंबा ngam-daba अखोइरमदे कापदना मोइना थिंबा अखोइ आदगी होनाबा माइना तौदना ngangi थगुक चाकन ममोंदा पुंग 12 मिनिट 10 अदाइदगी कापनारकपदुना नोंगालमदाइ पुंग 3 अहुम मखाइ 3 स्वाइबौदा अकन ममोंदा नोंबैसे अदुम फजना कापनारे हाइ तारे nganangse अदुबो आइना थमजनिंगबदी गवर्नमेंट की साइडता आइना थमजनिंगबदी लमलाई केंद्र हाइरिबा एरिया सिगी मनुंगदा अखोइगी खुथोकनारिबा अकन ममोंदा मोइना तत्तना काय होरिबा जगा सिगी पिसिल फाइमोन और साइबोन हारिबा खुलहुम सिदगी मोइना बंकर साजला लेरगा तत्तना कुमजरागा दुम कापा होबुनेबा.
Meanwhile, protesting against the Kuki militants' attack at Yangangpopi areas, the denizens and Mera Paibis of Yangangpopi, Sabungko Kuno, Sanasapi and Thamnalpopi staged a sit-in protest at Yangangpopi Bazaar today. All the shops and establishments of the market were closed today. Placards written with slogans removal of 20th Jat Regiment, eradicate Kuki militants from the soil of Manipur, stop suppression of Meitei by India government were displayed by the protesters. Speaking to media persons, a protester expressed unhappiness over the initiative taken up by both central and state government.
mi pun dong nangai dam dam moina sena dana mi khoti magda asugum thawong ase tawdana ta sulai masi tawhon bi gano masi akoi na masi gumbagi thabak ase tawdana ba akoi na lengak kilayureng lengak loi sing na masi ayam yari ma ga thuba matan tingjin bi na ba chu akoi na haijari akoi tingo sing ya lai ba akoi ni chai sing se phagi ni haina da magta imai ben sing sina thok tana che sena dana lai jari ba akoi de ba ba kunjuba jar an missing sina thawai uchita ba akoi da karim ka thaina bagi da magta to ko se akoi ya ninge hai bagi bakhi ngasi bhammi ba kam pamse bani
aduga haurak paje aikoi july gi tang 16 tagi haurak pani thoban gi khabo rally kem de haurak aikoi manipur sintungna lakpani aduga kari gi dama hariba khongsang lamjen ji chelina di tha tra ngosurba asingumba kuki narco terrorism satadba landa asde indian government amadi manipur government ngasi boba solution portaba masigi mayukta yaning da ba phongdok poina aikoi condemn to boina aikoi hair balam sang lamjena se chenja bani aduga manipur sintung hair balam sang lamjena se chen gani aduga masi bauda india sarkar amadi manipur sarkar na warusin portaba targadi aikoi india gi mafam sintung hair balam sang lamjena se torkoi ai.
Now we're taking a short break, we'll be right back.
Shri Gaurachandriya Namaha Purba Shamdai Khoi Khwaibu Konbiramba Khumuk Jamnaba Kumar Singhana Magi Nungsizaraba Imung Manung Sagai Natai Marup Mapang Khwai Pumnamak Puthadoklamlaga Haukiba Tang Kunganipan Thanipan English Singaniga Kungamari Thawangi Kungamangani-pan ba Yumsakai Sanimita Shri Gurugi Kripadaki Base Olaga Kunjabi Hari Das Haibanam Phangzaduna Brindaban Prapti Oikre Lakliba Tang Ani Thamapan English Singaniga Kungamari Thawangi Kungamapani Pan Baning Thaukapan Nimita Asti Sanjay Lokacharaga tang tara thamapan English singeniga kungamari langbangi tarit ni panba leiba popunumita chira utsab din thokle numit asida leikidraba Vaishnav ki atma santi ki damak ngamjaba hai lei kharadang hari sankirtan ga loinina Shri Shri Gaurachandra Mahaprabhu gi charanda kachagadauri upalakshya asida Brahman Vaishnav ahalaman amadi marup mapang khwai kibikna matam chana lengbirakna harinam shraban taubiranaba ELITETV gi thongda pauzenjari thoram pareng ayuk pung nipan bekatpa ayuk pung mapan sankirtan hoba ayuk pung 13 minute kuntra shraddha loiba pauzenjari bi Srimati Khumukcham Dhani Devi Shahadharmini amadi mahaki imung manung sing changangai makhalekai.
With over 40 years of excellence in diagnostics, we proudly introduce a new era of compassionate healthcare. Experience expert care across 20+ specialized fields tailored just for you. From critical interventions to personalized treatments, your well-being is our priority. With cutting-edge technology, every procedure is handled with precision and care. Enjoy the perfect blend of comfort and care, enhancing your healing journey. From routine checkups to advanced care, our dedicated team ensures you're in safe hands. Discover a new standard in healthcare. Babina Hospital, where hope meets compassion. Visit us at Sajiva Jail Road, Imphal East. Follow us on social media for the latest updates.
Welcome back from the break. Now moving on. Kuki militants attacked Sinam village as well, situated under Kudrapam Assembly constituency in Imphal East district by using drones. Many bombs have been bombarded and many rounds of bullets have been fired at the village by the Kuki militants. The incident took place around 4 a.m. today at Mark Hills near Sinam village. 3 bunkers of state security forces have been destroyed by the Kuki militants. However, the state police reoccupied and erected their bunkers. Moreover, no casualties have been reported during the attack so far. In the meanwhile, the Kuki militants also attacked at Kautruk and Kadangban in Imphal West district again today. According to our reporter at the spot, the Kuki militants used a drone and released 7 bombs at the 2 villages. However, no casualties have been reported so far. Here is a telephonic conversation between our editor Jit Nungomba and reporter Bishorjit Oinam. Please take a look.
Maroi nangana akoi koktrukta akoi gi drone sinraga attack tawra matungda mauna ama sikiba do kya amana asopan nang kiba matungda jisu ngasi su mahum madu da akoi drone sinraga bomb thadare habgi paulai mahum madu da akoi paumi akoi gi bisol leri bisoji ngasi ki thodi kamai toy makha tana ji kuthona bagi paulai bra kai legem thambio
hojibaki oina aina hojik lei jaga je akoi koktrukki maning thangba jaga akoi gi khidang kadangban lom thangba maiki room oirapna leiba mafam amadani ado hojing haki mamangda bom taret ki mathakta 10 muki me haitare tare nipan muk damaina thadara khare dubo khoi tampaki thangba maiki degi di hoji bokta kemda khud hanba leite aduga moi gi sate gi makha taba hojiki bom thadara ma matungda makha taba kem tawtana hojiki mi leinari aduga hojiki thadara ma bom duna su sudokpa asopa nyawbi pawdi leite
Maroi na bomb si akoi yumna ka thadare na daga labu lamang gum thadare ra akoi
labu lamang oi bajaga thadara ko ni hojiki oina di
ado makata na fairing to rakwam hum du gi no me kapsil lakwa leibra aduga asopan jawba aduga hana hum de ma me singa du loina mangarang lanjena grabani makata na leinari bra karab hum de leiri bisoje
khunda sing je hojibaki oina di sidagi thangnaba khun phumlaugi jaga amada khoi hujing pulap khara makhaidi shift tawre duga khoi gi yum mai chakraba singi mi sing dusu yum digi mi sing dusu yauna ana phumlaugi jaga amada shift tawra laigre duga kuja sing khara madi hujik so dum leinari aduma pu hujiki oina di nomai kamna ba fairing tawbagi condition di leite
Okay, yam nungai te sosit khoi phajara report to beda kha section lebiyo duga makata na madugi footage kari kra le daga so khoi ga thabi rakna ba mayam da khoi viewers da ona bona jage section lebiyo makata na update amulok je rake. Thank you Bisojit.
Congress MP Bimola Koijam has criticized the central government, stating that the recent violence in Manipur, including drone attacks on residential areas, highlights the failure of law enforcement agencies. He questioned who would be held accountable for these actions and whether the government should take responsibility for the deaths and destruction. Koijam noted that the state government claimed their actions during the 15-month crisis with the consent of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah. He accused the government of having blood on their hands and warned that Manipur's struggle is far from over. Meanwhile, the Manipur government strongly condemned the armed attack by suspected Kuki militants on the residents of Kautruk village in Imphal West on September 1st. The assault, which involved the use of drones, bombs and advanced weaponry, resulted in the deaths of 2 individuals, including a woman, and left several others injured. The state government has expressed grave concern over this act of terror, particularly at a time when significant efforts are being made to restore peace and normalcy in the region. This violent act targeting defenseless villagers is seen as a direct attempt to undermine the ongoing peace initiatives. A team of Indian Red Cross Society, Manipur State Branch, led by Chairman Narendra Ningomba, along with the volunteers today, distributed relief materials including tarpaulin and mosquito nets to the villagers of Kautruk area who are taking shelter in Pumlo Kairoi Primary School following yesterday's attack by Kuki militants, destroying and ravaging several Meitei houses. Volunteers of Indian Red Cross Society, Manipur State Branch and villagers of Kautruk have urged the state government to bring an early solution to the current crisis. A decomposed body has been found in Thobal River near Yaripok Sipai Lekai today. According to reports culled from the spot, the decomposed body was about 35 years of age. He wore a bulletproof jacket and wristwatch on his left hand. The body was found by the villagers of Yaripok Sipai early in the morning. The villagers informed to the nearby police station to take up necessary action. The portion of head was severely decomposed and difficult to find out his identity. A case has been registered by Yaripok police station. Meanwhile, MLA of Sagoban AC, R.K. Imo Singh, has emailed to Union Home Minister Amit Shah to take immediate action in the interest of the people of Manipur. In the email, the MLA mentioned that it seems the presence of around 60,000 central forces in Manipur is not yielding peace, thus it's better to remove such forces who are mostly present as mute spectators. We are pleased with the action to remove certain units of AR who were not cooperating with the state government and the public. But if the presence of these and the other central forces cannot halt the violence, it is better to remove them and allow the state forces to take charge and bring peace in the state. Central government has to take more stringent measures against these illegal armed militants, insurgent groups who have violated ground rules of SU. Union Home Ministry has to abrogate SU against these groups who are constantly behind the spread of further violence, which the Manipur Assembly took a firm resolution earlier this year. Investigate the fundings and supply of these arms and ammunitions which are constantly spreading more terror in the state. As I said earlier too, that a mere ethnic conflict should not last for such a long time, but it has continued for nearly a year and a half due to support and supply of illegal arms and ammunitions. One has to act and stop these supplies immediately to halt all kinds of violence in the state. Central government has to hand over the unified command to the state government headed by the chief minister and allow to act as per the procedures prescribed by law to bring peace and normalcy in the state. The present setup isn't able to halt such violence, thus handing over the unified command to the elected government is the need of the hour. Political dialogue and engagement between all stakeholders should be initiated at the earliest by the central government to bring to a permanent and peaceful solution. This process may take some time, but it has to be initiated at the earliest, the mail added. A one-day science exhibition was held at Nirmalabas High School, MG Avenue, Thangal Bazaar today. Director of Education S. L. Nandakumar, principal and headmistress of the school, attended as main guests. The exhibition was held from class 6 to 10 on the theme Measures to Control Global Warming. Altogether, 500 students took part in the exhibition. The director visited and saw the models presented by the students and had interaction with them.
mass like chocolate bars. The faster you can convert those bars, the more energy you get. Einstein discovered that even a tiny bit of mass can turn into a huge amount of energy. It's like finding out your chocolate bar can power a city. So why is this mind-blowing? Because it shows that mass and energy are two sides of the same coin. This equation powers everything from nuclear reactors to the sun's core.
It's the main point. That is what I'm asking. Outside of this, okay. Pollutant. Ozone is pollutant. A pollutant as well as beneficial. The atmosphere is beneficial because it our atmosphere and the atmosphere. It is pollutant because it is also one of the greenhouse gas.
Speaking to media persons, Director Nandakumar said students are the future pillars of the nation. The roles and responsibilities of the youth in bringing about development is very much. Therefore, students must concentrate on their studies, he added.
The mark that we secured or scored in class 10 and 12 is becoming irrelevant. Therefore, I would like to emphasize again that we should enjoy our learning. When we are learning something from textbooks, we should enjoy it because it is a new information for us. And if we start enjoying the new learnings, the new knowledge, then the purpose of education will be served. Otherwise, if we by heart, if we learn it for the sake of exam, then the purpose of education may be defeated. That is why I urge and request all of you again that we should learn, we should enjoy our learning, and we should learn with reason. As I have said again, gone were the days where we concentrate on securing good marks in exam. But now, securing good marks in exam is becoming irrelevant today. Learning with a reason and enjoyment when we learn is becoming the key for today's education.
The Indian Meteorological Department has issued a severe weather warning for the northeastern region, predicting significant rainfall over the next 5 days. From September 2nd to September 5th, isolated heavy rainfall is expected across Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh and Tripura. The IMD attributes this weather pattern to a persistent cyclonic circulation over Nagaland and the surrounding areas, extending up to 0.9 kilometers above sea level. In addition to heavy rainfall, the department forecasts thunderstorms accompanied by lightning and gusty winds to impact the region. Residents are advised to stay alert and take necessary precautions to mitigate the potential impacts of these severe weather conditions. For ELITETV News Channel, contact the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information about the channel. Now before we wrap up, let's look at the headlines once again. There is no meaning of electing representatives in Manipur, which is part of democratic India, CLP leader Okromibobi. Security personnel never carry out search and combing operations against Kuki militants despite their open attacks against innocent Meitei villagers, ex-MLA Tojumbiri. Continuous and rampant attacks by Kuki militants against Meitei villagers is sponsored by Government of India, AMUCO. Political activist Sapam Chakang Leipal demands making use of anti-drone capable mechanisms and equipments in red zone areas. Now that is all for today. Thank you for watching. To keep up with more updates, keep watching ELITETV English News. Till then, stay tuned and stay safe.